What's with 4 minutes, Roy? What are you talking about? Look at that Coding Gorilla. Coding Gorilla, I don't know if you heard the news, but I started work on your fanfare. I've actually started work on it. And if there's a shot, it'll be cool. And here, I'll show you one of the components of it. This guy right here, Empire State Building. That guy's going to show up, I think. Pretty sure. Okay. Yeah. It's not bad. I got the kids involved in it too. The kids are like, use the dancing gorilla footage. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know. It's got to be cool, kids. It's got to be cool. We'll see. So, all right. So let's see. We've got our event handlers, key down, lost focus. So now I'm looking for a trigger here and a trigger here. These are my interesting breakpoints right here. And then this one right here. So let's run it. And let's clear that. And so now I'm going to say Fred is the name. I'm going to hit enter. Sweet. There's my text change event. Firing. Now I'm in here outside. That's perfect. And then run. And now I'm going to say, if I hit escape though, oh, you know what I got to do? When I hit enter, I got to transfer original text over. I want that to be my new, if I'm committing, I want to change my original text at that point to what that is. In both the lost focus and, yeah. At this point here on text change, that's when I want to do it. So Fred, I'm going to hit enter again. Here I want to come in and I want to say original text is equal to text, like that. That's all I want to do so that I can, now once I've hit enter on it, then now I can come in and say little cutie like that and hit escape, and it should go back to Fred. There's the code right there that's about to execute on the escape. Triggering, go through the lost focus. Triggering a changed event. So that hit escape. Well, the sequence is good. I just don't like a multiple on-text change event being triggered in a row when we don't need it. Why are you saying seriously? Okay, he's back. Did I leave? Did I go away? Rory, is that what happened? I'm not sure what happened. One minute till Rory gets here, kids. Right? It's gonna be awesome. This quality of the show is going to just go through the roof in a second. It's going to be so awesome. Oh, okay. Stream buffered and was unavailable for about 45 seconds. That's not good. Lost connection for a minute or so. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So the lost focus here. I am kind of thinking. Oh, it's hard to tell if it's me though. I hope it was you. Oh, no. Yeah, everybody's saying it. Okay. And I thought that was all Rory. No. Okay, sorry, kids. I guess that was me. Wow. All right, well, it looks like I'm still going. So, oh, Butter's here. Straight Butter. Straight Butter. So awesome. This is a professional show, kids. The only thing I'm playing in my mind here comes Rory.
Hello.
Hey, Rory,
Mr.
welcome.
Miller, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Not too bad. I'm relieved. Simply because with 4 minutes to go, as you may have noticed, the stream just went by. I thought, what, my imminent arrival is killing it?
No. Hey, I'm noticing my output to you is frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give it a second though. It's a problem that the workaround appears to be wait 3 minutes. I know.
Okay. Sure.
But I've been looking at this problem. Let me do one other thing just to nudge it. I'm going to do, this is kind of a weird thing that I'm about to do, but I'm going to go into OBS on my NDI output settings, and all I'm doing is going to click OK. It's going to give you a brief update for a second, where it's going to update. There it is, and it freezes again.
Yeah.
Right? So now Rory's looking over here.
Okay.
Right? Frozen. But in about 2 to 3 minutes, if everything I know about this computer and this latest update of the NDI drivers, et cetera, is true, that's going to kick in and go live.
As I understand the history of the known world, when you discover such arcane magic, you're supposed to write it in a spell book of some kind, pass on to future generations.
I put it in the Discord server this morning, in the Discord group for live coders. I said, guys, here's what I'm experiencing. By the way, we did our show on Sunday night, a practice version of it, but we were live streaming. Oh. And during the live stream, it was insane. Oh, there we go. I just went live to you. Look, Roy, I'm live. Did I
You're
call
live.
it?
You're back.
It's about a minute to 2 minutes, right? It's about 2 minutes.
Man knows wherever he speaks.
Do you see what I'm saying?
This is the guy.
So this happened before, and I was like, oh God, and I, this was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago when we were doing our Dungeons and Dragons stream, and I turned my video off, assuming that it was completely broken. But then I started recalling that the same thing had happened with you and I, and then it just fixed itself. So I did a test, and sure enough, in about 2 to 3 minutes, this thing goes live after it's frozen like that. And it's all happened after an update to Windows, updated my video drivers, updated NDI, updated Skype. 4 things were all updated in the same day. And
I fear you've stumbled over the perfect answer to how to never be bored.
Really?
Right?
What?
Obviously. Well, you've got to do some streaming involving Skype, OBS, and NDI, at which point there'll never be a stable state, right?
Yes.
You'll always be tweaking something and therefore never get bored.
Well, here's the really crazy thing. See these guys right here, OBS and Skype?
Yep.
See where they are there? Right there, 13 and 7.8. This was at 36%, and this was at 34%. Skype was.
Okay.
Skype never gets above 10. While we were streaming on Sunday night. And I was like, what is going on? And Skype audio was coming in just broken, right? We could unintelligible from the people that were out there.
Skype decided to instance itself for each incoming stream of audio.
I have no idea what was happening, but I was just getting destroyed. But, we're pushing things to the limit in this show, the Dragon Humper show, right? We're just pushing everything to the limit.
That's what limits are for.
Yeah, but they were smacking me back. They were just doing this to me that night. I finally rebooted my machine. Mind you, when I start a live stream, I've just rebooted my machine. So as part of my countdown sequence, I do a full reboot of the machine. But I did it. So theoretically, a reboot shouldn't really make a difference. But it did. I did a reboot, and they both dropped down. Skype went down to 12 or 16%. It was still high. OBS was down to about 20-something%. So it was still high.
A reboot following a reboot really shouldn't make any odds.
Yes, exactly.
It's like that thing with the standard USB cable. Where you go to put the USB device in and it won't go, so you turn it over and you put it in again, it still won't go. So you turn it back the way it was the first time, and now it works. This should not be possible.
Don't put USB plugs in upside down, Roy. That makes me very upset. But you can. But yes. But if you take a USB plug out and stick it in a different plug, it should still find it and work. And I've had situations where it's like, I don't know. The computer's like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I would love, as part of the evaluation of a brand new laptop, is some metric on how much data it can pass through, it can push through the USB ports. Because on my laptop, even though it's like at the time I bought it, which was about a year ago, it was one of the highest end laptops available. Its data throughput on the USB ports is taxed to the point that I have to sometimes take, like a video camera and plug it directly into the laptop. I can't stick it into a USB hub because there's already too much coming in through that hub. So, oh Jesus!
Oh, that's worrying.
Seal, no, don't do that.
No, don't do that.
And it works. That's the thing that I hate. Is when it's in the wrong plug and everything now is suddenly working. Then
Could be worse. I've seen pictures of people who have manually put a standard VGA cable in upside down and then phoned technical support to ask why the monitor's not working.
Yeah.
Having crushed every pin and bent the surround to the trapezoid that is the other way up.
Yeah, that's
they had to put that much force in and they still don't know why it isn't working.
That makes me bleed, Rory.
Yeah.
That makes me bleed like this. That's what that makes me do.
There you
look
go.
out, Fred.
That early effort is worth it.
Yeah. Fred knows when the blood is headed his way, by the way. Like, he's totally cool. Look out, Fred! There we go.
Fred's
cool.
prepared.
Yeah, not bad. All right, so anyway, that was my weekend. When that happened, I was like, oh my God, I can't, how do I solve this problem if this happens in a live stream, in a live, event with an audience? Am I really going to be restarting? And I was like, am I really at the limit of what can be done? Right? How do I solve this problem? I'm not sure. But it was the first time. And and it's, again, like I say, it's all after this massive quadruple update. And I don't want to roll things back because I, want to keep moving forward. I just want everything to be reliable and I want it all to work and I want to be able to handle everything I throw at it.
Fair enough.
So what I'm thinking about is on my on-text change, I'm thinking about checking to see, hey, was my last text change the exact same value? If so, don't send it through again. That's kind of what I'm saying because I kind of don't want an extra undo step that does nothing. Does that, you kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of playing with the idea of saying, wait, was my last undo text change the same as this? If so, you don't send it again because I haven't really changed it. The thing I'm not sure about, Pudding says, I see Rory.
Hey, Pudding.
How many times have you saved the day so far?
Oh, not many.
You can't, well, I was going to say you can't use addition with infinity. The addition operator is undefined for infinity. So the answer is we cannot count that.
Jeez, this reputation of mine that I'm getting is very hard to keep up with.
You are infallible, Rory. Okay?
Yeah.
You're infallible.
Okay.
Yeah. Copperbeardy, Codebase Alpha, Coding Gorilla, Pudding saying hi, and the Raiders. Yeah, welcome everybody. Straight Butter, we haven't seen you in a while. Paying all that money for the hardware, if not using it's going to waste, so Straight Butter. Yeah, I would tend to agree with you.
Yeah, your processor should always be pegged at 100%, using it to its maximum efficiency.
Yeah, our fanfares are not working. We lost fanfares, unfortunately. By the way, Friday's show and I think Thursday's show, we went through the whole shows without losing any fanfare. We went, both of them, we went like 3 hours on both days. No, didn't lose them.
Okay.
But today we did. I thought, I was thinking, oh, maybe somebody made a change somewhere to some code like OBS or something. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to an update from OBS. I'd love to see that. I'm feeling we got problems there that can be improved with an update. So, okay, I'm not going to worry about this now, but we have the potential for a double send of this. Oh, yeah, you know what? Let's maybe do this. Let's do this. Let's say last text change text equals text. Actually, I'm going to move this line of code down a little bit more. I'll just put it there. Now I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, hey, look, if text is equal to the last change text, then I'm going to return it. I'm not going to trigger the event. That's what I'm going to do. Put it right here, like that. And then that means we're not going to do a double trigger. I think that's safe to do, because we're going to have individual instances of these for each property. I feel like this is all going to work. Okay, so there's my lost focus, and I think we're good. Now the last thing we have to do is actually change the property value, because right now we're not doing it. This is where we need to change the property value. If I just run it, click on this, and I say type in like Fred, like this, hit enter, it's changed it. Here, we can clear this and run that. And now, by the way, if I say Rory, and then hit escape, it should change right back to Fred. There it is right there. Run it. But now nothing because we're not actually saving it. Okay?
Okay.
We need to save it. Whoa, how do we get a text change here? What's my call stat? By the way, I'm fasting. Started fasting today.
Oh, yeah.
Lost focus.
So are we getting some strange issues just because we're debugging? So when you debug and you hit a breakpoint, you automatically lose focus. Thus, things happen.
I don't think
wouldn't
that's it.
normally.
No, I don't think that's it. I just also realized I want to do this too. I want to do that here. I want to set the last text change checks to whatever we add it to. No, I don't think that's it. I think what's happening is we're closing the editor.
Yeah.
And the editor is now saying everybody's losing focus. Anybody who had focus is losing it. That's what I think is happening. Let's set a breakpoint here and double check that theory. So click here. Oh, maybe not. And then click away. That's not it. Oh, but I have to give it focus and now click away. Now it's losing focus. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm still okay. We're good. And then with the last code change I just added, we should not be triggering the event. Wait, why didn't that work? This should be, oh, because we're setting it to null. Is that true? Yeah, it's coming in null and coming out in empty. Let's do this. This is going to be better here. Let's do string dot is null or white space. Maybe is null or empty is better. Is null or empty is equal to this one is null or empty. Then we won't trigger it. Oh, and I'm hearing dice out in the background, by the way. The engine will sometimes, and there we go, we're not triggering it. Engine sometimes will do this after a while. It'll like click some dice around in the background. Let's do a wild magic check here.
Love that effect.
Yeah, isn't it fun? I love that so much. I'm getting better at figuring out, at creating special effects, by the way. That effect...
Pretty reasonable, yeah.
That effect compared to the previous effects is significantly over the top, or is noticeably better than the others. And actually, what makes that so good is it's not maybe clear when you're watching it. Here, I'll do it again. And it may not be so clear. It's not the visual. It's the sound effects. The sound effects are coming in stereo, and they're different for each one. Slightly different. And so it's the sound effects that really immerse you in it. That's my conclusion based on this. Watch it and listen again. Do you hear it? Are you getting that in stereo over there?
I think so.
I hope you are. Well, if you aren't, then I got a problem. But yeah, that's it. We'll watch it one more time because it makes me so happy. Every time, this is a new in-house rule. Every time we run a wild magic check, we add a dice. Look at that. It's a 1 up there, kids. That means we have to roll wild magic to get a 1.
Necrotic damage.
I'm loving the engine for this.
It's really good.
It's not bad. It's working. I think it's going to be really entertaining and fun to watch. Here come the.
Can I ask a D&D question then, Mark?
Yeah, of course.
What is it that causes the need to do a wild magic roll?
It's a feature of my player. I'm a sorcerer, and one of the paths I can take on my journey to adulthood is the wild magic path. And,
Okay.
and if I take that path, what happens is anytime I cast a spell, first level or above, there's a wild magic roll at the end. And if I get a 1 on the wild magic roll, that means something went wrong and crazy stuff happens. And then I roll on the wild magic table, of which there are about 100 different things. Some are good, some are bad. And you just never know what's going to happen with that.
So basically, it's a 1 in 20 chance for bad stuff to good or bad stuff to happen at the end or start of when you attempt magic.
Yeah, the end of it. Yeah, end of
My
it.
follow-up would then be, so how often do you use magic across the course of an average session? Because
It depends.
20 doesn't seem very high as a...
Well, right, and that's why we changed the rules. So we changed the in-house rules. So watch. First time we do a wild magic check, we get 1 die, like this.
Okay.
So I cast a spell, I get 1 die. So I got a 1 in 20. Next time, that goes to a 1 in 10. I get 2 die. So our in-house rule is we just keep adding die every time we do it.
Doesn't that effectively means that... So whereas before I was saying 1 in 20 chance seems like across the course of maybe 1 session you do 5 rolls because maybe you don't need to, right? Nothing necessarily happens.
Right.
Second session comes along, another 5. By the time you've done 4 sessions, you would expect at least 1 to have come up, right?
Yes.
But given how bad they can be, to increase that chance, as you appear to have done, it's just, let's throw Miller to the crocodiles kind of theory.
Yeah. Copperbeardy says a 1 on the stream auto shuts down. Simon Gearing's out here. Simon, how you doing, buddy? Glad you're with us, buddy. I just got an idea for a Simon Gearing fanfare. Just gonna write this down.
It's been a while since I remember hearing from him, but yeah, it's good to see him
Yeah,
back.
I know he hasn't been out a lot, but he's coming. He hangs out every once in a while. I'm just putting notes down. No promises. Yeah, so the next time, so we changed the in-house rules to make it add 1 more die each time. Next time I do a
Far
check.
from making it safer.
Yeah,
we
no.
make it
Of course.
Worse by a factor of 1 die. Excellent.
Absolutely, right? And so each time you're like, and I love it too from the standpoint of, you know, the deeper you get in battle, the more chaotic it's likely to become. Here's another wild magic check coming in here.
So the logical follow-up would be, what happens if you get more than 1 roll of a 1 in a single roll?
You're still good.
Still just 1 effect.
Yeah, it's 1 effect.
Okay.
Although
That's something at least.
there's another wild magic table that's deadly. Actually, it's got. Let me bring this up for you because if you've played D&D, this one is like the one. This is only this idea between real players and wimpy players. Hold on, let me see this. It is. Let's do this. This is it right here. You roll essentially a D10,000. It is.
That's something at least.
Yeah. Here you go. 10,000 wild magic options, including some are people die or go to other, or they're just taken away to other realms. Any attempt to change shape will turn the caster inside out. Right?
So, do you get, as the player, informed that this is the thing that's going to affect you?
I think we do right now. We kind of know with the D100 roll table, but this one's insane. This one is
pretty huge. Look at this stuff.
It's insane. Let's see. Simon Geary says not be able to get off work early enough to catch us. The app is looking mad now. You're doing level and rule set editor now. Yeah. No, it's very cool. You've written Neverwinter Nights before long. Yeah, you never know where we're going with this. But I love the work that we're doing right now, that you're catching us with right now, Simon. It's we're doing work that applies to just about any app where you're editing data, where we're creating a custom property editor, and the property editor is just, this is all driven by properties over here with attributes. So we just got like a string property called name, and we just add an editable property as an attribute. And that's going to now play into our undo redo. It's going to give me a built-in editor for it, and it's going to support multi-edits as well, where I select multiple options and set their names or whatever I want to at the same to the same value, whatever I want to do. So so pretty cool. Louder music. Does that mean no Rory? Rory will
No,
not.
I'm here.
Rory will not be. Is the music too loud, kids? I have the ability to turn it down if the music is too loud.
Possibly.
Let me know.
I was wondering on the stream a little earlier whether your volume wasn't a little low, but it seems fine to me
Check.
over Skype.
Check. It looks, based on my meter, it looks good. I got a call coming in from Perosh. I picked that up. I think that's important. I only got 6 digits in the number from Perosh. I'm going to say no. Probably not important. Okay, so let's now get it so that it plays with undo and redo. Because right now, if I type in Fred here like this, I click away, we get the text change. We're not doing anything with that text change. We come click over here, come back, and it's gone. So let's save it. So we'll come in here, we'll type in Fred like this, hit enter. Now we need to do something like here, this. Do I have a change string property already built? Wouldn't that be sweet? It's going to be a text editor. And call this change string property, which I bet we don't have. Yeah, we don't have that. Do we have a change text property? What if I do that? Nope, we need it. We need to build it. So we'll stop. Call it change text property. And new text change data. Call this to text editor. And I think that's going to be it. All right, so let's do this. We're going to go build this. I want to put this event handler close to the other one. Like that. And let's go find our change int property. And let's duplicate that. I'm going to need to create one of those.
So Simon's asking about the tech stack behind our latest endeavors. The editor that we're writing is pure C++ WPF, isn't it? But we're creating a set of data that we can hand off to our TypeScript driven front end at some stage with all of the information so that it should be able to interpret and present that in relatively standard fashion, similar to the other assets that we've been using. So I think we're using mostly serialization through, what was it, JSON?
Yeah. So Simon, right now we are. It's a custom data format. It's JSON. It is the engine's all WPF right now. And this is for the editor because the editor has different constraints than the viewer app. The viewer app will control what the people on the stream see, what they visually see. And that has different constraints. And so the editor is going to generate some layers and then and individual elements like roofs or arches that go over the tops of things, that sort of thing. And then we're going to eventually be down in TypeScript that's going to consume a different custom format that's going to have just the information we need to show that image of the data on the screen. Which, what I'm most interested to know, and I don't have a sense of the performance on this, is, okay, if I want to do like an animated zoom in, will everything on my machine be fast enough to be able to write out the file, the 1920 by 1080 image, call Signal R to say, show your new image, then have the web browser show it, then generate the next image for the next animation sequence, then go back to Signal R again and say, here it is, right? Or, you know, how will I have performance issues there that I need to, like, maybe for example, cache all of those background images and then show them one at a time as we're zooming in or zooming out. I'm not too worried about it. You know, whatever it is, we can adapt and we should be able to make it work. But yeah, I'm thinking that's a little bit unknown, but I feel like that implementation is going to be good. It's going to be the most efficient. Because I just don't want to have the viewer, I think, inside of WPF, I think. Inside the same map editor. I don't think I want those things happening there. Sending raw data. Yeah, so the raw data is going to be in the form of what's the view, what is the image that we're going to take a crop of, and how are we going to show it. It could be, too, that I might just... that our zoom in might be just data I send across, like numbers and times, right? You know, at this time I want to be this zoomed in, and we might just have one giant image that we are just cropping. It could be the performance works really well that way. I have a feeling that'll work for us as well, but I haven't actually set that up yet. But I definitely want to have zooming in and out. I want to be able to show fog of war. So I want to show how far in, and I think the way I want to implement it, I think this will be most interesting, Rory, is if I have, you know, 5 players and it's your turn, Rory, I only show what you can see.
Ooh.
Right? And when it's my turn, I only show what I can see. You see what I'm saying? And I think I want to do that because I think that, you know, in other words, you'll still see maybe the walls and general sense of the room. You'll know where that is. But if you can only see like 60 feet in the dark or 30 feet in the dark and I'm 40 feet away from you, when it's your turn, you don't see me. I'm not on.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so I think I want to do that because I think from the standpoint of watching the game, while it's less strategic, right? We can't make strategic decisions as much because we don't know where they are. It's way more, it's like your point of view almost, right? And the viewers get to see the point of view. So
interesting.
Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. Okay, so now we want to let's go create a base stamp text value command. Let's take this, let's move it into its own file. Because we can do that because we're not in edit and continue right now. Let's go find base stamp int value command. And we want to take this, whoops. Do selection increase here and then duplicate it. And we are going to come in here and call this base stamp text value command. And it's going to have a bunch of text, a bunch of strings like that. And cool. Save value. There's my string coming in, sweet. Undo values is cool. Get save value. Cool. This is going to return null or an empty string. I'm going to say an empty string. There's my redo. This we want to say, is this a text change data? We come in here and call that text change data. Let's go find, and then that's it right there. So this is this nice, sweet ancestor class because I'm actually going to have more than one command that can manipulate text. I'm also going to use this same descendant of this to change numbers as well. Mm-hmm. So we'll do that. Let's go find enum change data, and let's go duplicate this. Call it text change data, like that. And we're going to make this string. And I think that's sweet and done. And now I want to go back to change text property command, this one. And let's get the bring back string.empty there. Set text value, save value. Yeah, these are the architectural pieces that are needed to support undo and redo. We should be, I think, done at this point.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not too hard to add a new, and the thing is, we don't have to do this every time we're going to create a new property editor. It's just for this, because we didn't have a text property editor yet, we needed to do these code changes right there.
Just need the building blocks to support the underlying data type.
Right, and because the architecture is so great, we're able to come in here and make minor changes to this whole thing to get this whole thing to work. Now, it is occurring to me that I might want. I got a little voice screaming quietly in the back of my head that's saying, "Do I want to make this a generic class?"
I was just wondering about that myself. Changed property of T, so text, int, other things later. But then I saw you messing with the defaults there. You were looking properties null, return string empty. And I wondered, what would be the sensible defaults? Would they always be decidable?
Well,
do you get to a point where it's more complicated types than just values?
Yeah, no, I don't think we do. I think we could come in and say default of like string or something like that. I think, can we do that like that? Is that right? If we compile? I think it is. Yeah.
Seems.
Yeah, so maybe that's a place to go. I'm going to not go there right now, but it's something definitely to think about in terms of refactoring, because we could take this, since they're so similar, all the way through, right? What that means then, though, hold on. This doesn't change. No, wait, this one changes. So I've got this set text value, but that's called internally here. This type changes based on the type of the class. So,
yeah, that would be the T.
Yeah, that would be the T right there. So that's kind of where we would go with this. The other thing that would change is this type would also change here, right here and here. Super interesting to play with that space. I think I'm going to do that because I think I can make this even simpler and, like, whoa, really reduce the code here. Okay, so now let's go back over here into this. And is that all we need to do? The value, text editor. Did I not change the type in text editor? I did not. This needs to be a string. Like that.
Simon asks if we're using .NET Core 3.1 and C# 8 with all the no more null problems goodness. I don't think we are, Simon. I think we're in traditional, everything can be null that can be null, and nothing's preventing us. So we have to make all those little checks in all the sensible places.
Yeah, like that. Okay, let's try running it. So I don't know if you were here at the beginning. I think you were watching, Roy. We're making it so the text editor only fires an on-change event when it loses focus and when you hit enter. So, so I'm not going to add to my undo stack all my edits and backspaces as I'm trying to type in a name.
Sure, that makes sense.
So let's pop this in here. Let's bring this up. Let's add the word Fred here. Let's click away. Let's click back on it. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. You have to explicitly opt into nullable reference types, Coding Gorilla says. Interesting. I've not. I need to go take a look at that.
That's
Simon.
Non-nullable reference types, isn't it?
I'm not sure. Let's see here. What is going on? This should just work. I just want this to work. Text change property. All right. Where do we? Let's see here. Wait. When we create it. We're getting the values of it. No. This is for the ENA. I'm sorry. Hold on. Hold on. Are we doing that up here? Yeah, no, we're doing that. Let's do this. Let's set a breakpoint here. Because I contend this should have the property Fred set. but it apparently does not. Display text is name. Name is name. What is the value? String value is null. All right, let's do the value change over here on this. Let's see what our value is here. This should be, maybe that's my problem. Maybe I'm passing a null on the value change. I'm actually now suspecting that's the case, is that I'm not updating value inside my text editor. I bet that's it. Hold on. So if I type in Fred right here and I hit enter, what's going on here with text editor? Okay. Yeah, value is still null. I'm not updating value inside my text editor. So what I need to do, where's my text editor? I need to set the value when we get our text change event here. So let's try one more time. Run. Fred, I'm going to hit enter, and now I want to set the word value, set the property value equal to text, like this. Okay? All right, now if I click away and click back, come on! Why didn't that work? All right, so let's go back to our events. I got my text change event here. Oh, you know what? We didn't get the trigger on this because it was already Fred, I think. Let me hit enter now. Okay, cool. So now we're going to come in here, do this, and now we're going to see value as Fred. Sweet. Now I think it's going to work. It was just those two small changes. What? Value cannot be null on what? Instance on what? Get type of instance is null. Parameter name. Oh, the property name is null. Wait. Property name is null. Change text property command. Okay, I think I see what my problem is. I didn't set property name to a value, which I need to do. Let's go look at base. Let's go look at base stamp int value changed. Let's go look at that. Let's look at its property name. Where is that set? It's set. Ooh, and prepare for execution. We should have the same thing over in our base text. We are setting it here. Enum change data. Oopsie doodle. That's my problem. This might be the problem here. Hold on a second. This might be a problem with this is, I think we're going to need two T's in here. If we do this refactoring, you know, a T and a U or whatever like that, that's what we're going to need. Okay, so there, that I think is also going to fix it. Okay, so one of the T's is going to be this, and the other T is going to be that right there, the other U or whatever, the other generic type.
Will it not be a change data of T?
Oh, that's really brilliant. Look at you, Rory. Yeah. I think you are brilliant and correct. Except, though, we've got references to this outside. Is that true or no? Yeah, so the problem is, now which one do we use here then? We would have to say new change data of string is what we would have to do.
Yep.
Okay. I think we're going to do this right after we get this working. I think we're going to go down this path. Okay, so that's not going to work right now. I'm going to undo and restart. Just restart it. Codebase Alpha 2.1 not compatible with full framework though.
So we're having discussions in the chat room regarding a new C# 8 feature, I believe it is, allowing you to change your project into a state where reference types are no longer nullable by default. Instead, you have to allow specific reference types to be nullable, and it helps apparently with any number of. You simply don't need to do the null checking that you used to, because by default this can never happen. And it's a different way of thinking about a project and can definitely help in some scenarios. But apparently there are some compatibility issues around the whole 2.1 .NET standard kind of thing. I'm not sure precisely where it goes wrong, but yeah, this is some of the fallout.
Cool. Cool. What do I got in damage over here? All right, let's drop some. Let's drop. I don't know, some dirt over here. See that? There's some dirt on the background right there. Hold on. Let's get the floor. Make it interesting. All right. So we got some dirt here. And notice the name of the dirt is empty. And the name of this is Fred, right there. Let's change the name of that to Rory. Enter. And now come over here and change the name of this one to Mark. Like this. Enter. Oh, whoa, we didn't get a text change event when I changed it to Rory.
Oh.
Yeah, it still says Fred. Why is that? Rory. Enter. Enter, 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 enter. Why aren't we getting that out of there? Hold on a second. Let's... text editor. Why aren't we getting a text change event here? Why isn't that being called when I hit enter?
That's an enum editor, isn't it?
Here we go. Hold on. So what's going on? Oh, I see my problem. Hold on. This shouldn't be equals, it should be and, right? If this is empty and the other one is empty, then we get out. And then I want a separate one that says, hey, if this one equals that one, then I want to get out. Okay? So basically, if they're both null or empty, you know, we're not gonna do anything. It's no additional change. All right, there. Now we get the event we're looking for. Now it goes to Rory. Now we're going to test out undo. So we've got Rory and Mark here. I'm going to hit undo, undo, and undo one more time. I want to see the switch to Fred. There it is. Look at that. Redo, nice. Undo, redo, undo. Now down here, this should be, I guess not yet. Now undo just took it away. Forward, forward. Like that. That's very cool. If I shift click both, they should be empty. Nice. Now let's make them both the same value. That's Rory. Let's make this one to Rory right here. And now let's shift click. Is it going to commit them both? Now they both say Rory, right? Very cool.
So when your enter is pressed and you have multi-object selected, the editor is presumed to work against both of them.
That's true, but I haven't tested that. All I tested was I just changed this one to Rory, and this one already was Rory to verify that we have consistent values. And if we do, we're showing that. And if we don't, in other words, if I change this one to Rory 2, like this, and now I shift click on the original, we should get the autofocus on change event, so it's trigger that change to Rory 2, it's committed it, and it sees they're different, so it puts nothing here. And now if I come in and I just type in Mark like this, and I lose focus by clicking away, it's now committed that this one's Mark and now this one's Mark. So we have multi-select edit, everything.
Yeah, very smooth. It's really looking good.
Yeah, undo, redo, all of that, and we get it for free just from coming in and adding a new property to, where is it? It is base stamp properties, right? We just add a new property, give it this attribute, and we're done. It plays automatically in undo, redo. It plays automatically in multi-select edit. It generates the UI for it automatically, right? It's really, really nice, right? Really nice. So, which is where I want to be, right? I want to be, from the standpoint of design, I want to be able to come in here and say, oh, I want to give a stamp a new property. Also, the other piece that's going on here is it's automatically saved as well. The value is saved and persisted automatically in the file. So it's crazy, right? If I want something to play, in this, I want to say adult space, but I want to say this high level space, right? Where all of these features are there. All I do is add an attribute to it, stick it inside base stamp properties, and I get everything, all of those features from it. Smoother math. Hold on. Means all your expensive, complex, core central domain logic is free of no. Really? I got to look into this, Simon. I'm really glad you suggested that. By the way, I think I have one of these.
Simon Geary walks.
That's right. Simon used to be here all the time, and his contributions used to be so amazing. Well, they always are, it seems like, isn't it, right? That we would play that thing every once in a while. You know why, kids? Because
He's awesome.
he's awesome. I would have been happy with a null ref except you telling me which var was null, or even when the type was null. Internet architecture takes but will refrain. You almost got me, though. Okay. All right, let's do what Rory suggested. Shall we do that, Rory?
We could do that.
Let's go a little crazy on this. Let's do it one piece at a time.
So, given that everything works, we will now go off piece and attempt to make it work in a more generic fashion, possibly destroying everything in the process.
Yes, we will do that. I'm actually pretty flippin' excited about that. So it's in base stamp. So we need to go in here, and we need to basically come in and say, this is going to be a base stamp value command of T. I think this is the syntax. Is that all I need? That may be all I need. Let's come in here. We're going to make that T. That becomes T. This becomes T. That becomes T.
Probably name is still string. Names are like that.
Oh, property name. You're right. Thanks, buddy. That's why you're here, Rory.
Now, in theory, are we suggesting that there will be a change data of T?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Some.
I'm doing it right now. Like that. We've got a T here. We've got a T here. Are we happy with that?
As it goes, it's not bad, yeah.
Look at this, Rory. This is so awesome. We'll do this only with a string. If everything works for this, we're going to change the enum and the other pieces as well. So now we want to say if data is change data of T, like that. Look at that sweetness. Undo values. Okay, this is going to be a T right here. Look at that. Sweet. This is going to be a T. All right. And this is going to be a T. Hold on a second. We got a problem.
You have a
up
T.
above.
You have a T.
Yeah, everybody gets a T. This one is going to be, I think, return.
That's our default, isn't
default, yeah.
Default of T, I guess. Is it just default or default of T? I can never remember.
I think it's this. That's what I think it is.
Okay.
Groversaurus is out there with us. Groversaurus. Guess what? We have. I'm doing it manually now, buddy.
I love trash.
Look at that, Austin! No! Groversaurus is out here. I'm doing it manually. Groversaurus. Welcome, Groversaurus. Always good to have you with us. It's kind of interesting. I wonder if like a year from now I'll be looking back on these like, you know, nostalgically. Like it's a little bit funny. I think I get so much energy about silly things, right?
Sure.
That I want to just put so much energy into it, like the Groversaurus fanfare. Groversaurus says, hi, Pud Pud. Glad you're back with us, Groversaurus. Yeah, and I wonder if I'm going to look back and say, oh, that's back when I was like a 9-year-old kid. But now I'm so mature now, a year from now. All right, so this is feeling good to me.
Hugo Dahl says, regarding our previous thing about default from T, you can just use default now.
Hugo is in the
Oh, sweet.
Just the new one versus the other.
So that's why this thing is faded out right here. Right here. Simplified default expression is in there for me. Sweet. Oh, because
There
it
you go.
sees the return statement. That's why.
I guess so, yeah.
Perfect, Hugo. Thanks so much for that.
Hugo rocks.
There we go. Hugo rocks. Is Fred still good? Let me check and see. Fred, are you good, buddy? Fred says he's good. Excellent. This weekend, by the way, my goal is spend some dad-kid time with the kids, and we are gonna. One of the kids is gonna get blue makeup on their hands, and the fake claws, and we're gonna record like a whole bunch more of these animations for Fred. And I want to fill up my stream deck with all kinds of different personality-based things that he can do with his hands. So I'm gonna be consulting with the whole family. My wife, who's a drama teacher / art teacher, I'm gonna say, hey, what are some hand signals that convey meaning and emotion? And she's gonna give those to us, and we're gonna record them. So,
but Fred is for a, shall we say, less friendly audience stream.
Yep.
Potentially.
Yeah, no, that's right.
And you're okay getting your kids involved with this.
They've already. Fred's got one. Already got a hand signal I can't show.
Okay.
On this, but I also thought it'd be fun too to do sign language for like friend, like this, right?
Nice.
To give them a little bit of sign language. I thought would be fun. So friend, Fred says friend, right? I think it's fun.
All manner of suggestions going off in the chat room there.
Yeah. That sounds like family fun. Do the Macarena. Yeah. The only thing is his head position is on a video loop, and so any contact between a hand and head has got to be estimated, because 3/4 of the time he's in this position, and about 1/4 of the time he starts to look over this way. There you can kind of see he's moving up for the look. So the head doesn't quite line up. Here's the turn, right here. So maybe
That's pretty close. I mean,
you're right. It's not too far.
to be honest, I'm thinking it's so seamless so far that,
Yeah,
you can get away with a lot.
I think you're right. Like
In fact,
maybe even this. Like,
Can't you do the hand signals? Doesn't the showing my age here now? Don't the hand signals for that go behind the head rather than touching the head?
No, the head and the body are all behind the hand signals. So like this.
Well, what I'm saying is that in order to do something like Macarena, wouldn't you need to
Oh,
position
right.
a hand behind the head
Yeah.
rather than actually touching it?
Yeah, no, I don't think I'll do Macarena because my kids' arms are short, and I really can't, I have to keep the elbows out of screen to make it look
Sure.
real. So,
Fair enough.
kind of what I'm playing with. But yeah, is this awesome? These are my kids' hands right there. And I also changed the animation a bit so it was a little more stuttery, right? It was less smooth, right? Like a shunk to make it match the way the head is moving. So yeah, make him wave. I definitely want to make him wave. Yeah, Surly Deb, we're doing all these things by hand here. Where's my Surly Deb one? There it is, right there.
Surly Dad is in the house.
Yeah, these are great ideas. Fred licks his tongue and eats it. Yeah, having head animation for Fred is tricky. I would have to do some serious thought and changes to this. But I really love Fred. Fred is based on, to make this work, this is originally like a green lizard, actual real footage, that I rotoscoped as it was moving around so I could get it to actually fit in. And then I adapted the background. So the background, the hooded piece is actually breathing. I think it's subtle, but there's an inhale and exhale to it that is occurring as well. So the whole thing is kind of feeling alive. I talked about this, how I have built this before. The arrows, that's one picture of an arrow copied and moved a little bit, and they're individually animated. Like when he moves, those will adjust just a little bit as well when he breathes. And the same thing with the bow and arrow. And the lighting on those were modified as well, just hand painted the lighting to match the lighting on the hoodie. And yeah, you can see them moving around a little bit now. So yeah, the whole thing kind of looks, and because he's moving so slowly, you really don't want to watch him for like 2.5 minutes, which is his loop, right? You don't want to just watch that, or 1 minute and 30 seconds, whatever it is. All right, let's build and see where we broke our code. Oh, wait, no, wait, we're not done yet. Hold on. We need to get to change text property command. We might have a problem here, Roy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might. Because this is found by name. It's created here. See what I'm saying? So we could do this. We could do this, though. We could do this. And that should work.
Okay, yeah.
See what I'm saying? So it's not too bad. We would have to find a way. Let's just try this. Let's see if we got to build. Build fit. What do we got? That's okay. Cool. New change data of string. Like that. Yeah, so execute command comes in. Here's the type. Then it calls create, command factory. Create comes into the command type. Okay, finds it and calls create instance. We would have to research how to pass in a second additional parameter, which would be a generic type. See what's happening and pass it to create instance. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So,
yep.
Rory, Shirley Dub's asking, are you going to DDDSW in April?
I am considering it. I haven't really gotten fully round to it. I've got a big trip in I think in mid-March. I'm going to hook up with 2 previous generations of my family in Ireland, and there's going to be well in excess of 150 people there. And so I can't really plan anything until I'm done with that.
Rory, promote the show while you're there. I want to get my numbers up.
Fair enough.
Promote the show.
Fair.
Tell everybody, I want your family in here. Are you going Cowboys Alpha? Lance Maker's out here. C-sharp so comfy. Lance Maker, welcome, buddy. Glad to have you with us. All right, let's see what we got to do here. Make generic type. Oh. I have to do this. Right there. All right, sweet.
Okay.
I think we can do it. All right, so let's go. Let's do this. Let's take it one step at a time. I think we got to run now, right? We can run it. Let's make sure that everything is still working. Oh man, sorry, Shirley Deb. Shirley Deb is still recovering from surgery. All right, so let's drop this down, bring this up. Let's say Fred, like that. Click away, click back. Still got Fred. Sweet. Let's undo it. It goes empty. Let's redo it. Sweet. Undo, redo, redo. Sweet. Okay, so we're good with that. Let's kill it and take it to the next level. And we're going to refactor like crazy out here. So we've got base stamp value command here. I love this. Let's go find our base stamp int value command. And let's get rid of that. Let me tab the next reference. And instead, we're going to go to base value command of int, like that. Good?
Mm-hmm.
And there's no changes to this code. Sweet.
No.
Okay. So we got the int. That ints are used for right now for enums, is what we're doing. And then we have a Boolean. We have a base stamp Boolean command out here as well. And that one we don't need anymore. We're going to just go to base, and we're going to pass in bool. All right, sweet. Let's just run it. Check to make sure all that still works, and then we're going to kill some classes. And then we're going to delete 3 more classes, I predict, after this. Oh, wait, am I going to have any other problems? I guess I'm not. Yeah, because I haven't changed the other change. We're going to delete more classes than just that. This is actually going to clean up so nicely. Okay, so bring this up, change the cover to 1/2. Property name is null. Yeah. Let's see where that is. Yes, the problem is in the outer layer. Here. This needs to be on new change data. Is what this needs to be. New change data of int. Like that. And this needs to be new change data of bool. Like that. Because what's happening in that one ancestor class, where is it? I think it's actually here. Yeah, I need to rename this new file match type. Stamp value command. Do I want to really have this on here? I think I don't. Let me do that. Okay. Because of here, we're checking to see, hey, is it of this type? And if so, then pass the property name over to it. That's what I want to do. So now, let's build it a second. It should build. Okay, build succeeded. Let's go. I kind of wanted to delete some types here. Let's look at, do I have text change data anymore? I don't think I do. I think I have Boolean change data. Boolean change data right up there. If you comment out all the code, you're refactoring out, the compiler will help you catch those. Comment out all the code you're refactoring out, the compiler will have to catch those. Yeah, I agree. Bool change data. I'm just going to come in here and delete it. Anybody frightened? Boom. There's that one. Let's go find int change data. Do I have that here? I don't see it. Enum change data. Delete that. Boom. Yeah, commenting out was what Simon suggested. Oops, cancel, try again. What's my problem? Base stamp Boolean value. I don't think this thing is used anymore.
Okay.
So that's base stamp Boolean value command is gone. Delete. Anybody scared? Am I deleting the wrong one? Should I just comment these out?
This is all good. It's just, if it doesn't work, we've got an interesting undo stack to try and do.
I don't care. This is like I like riding on the edge. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. Int value is gone, deleted permanently. We watched the movie. My wife and I watched the movie Ford versus Ferrari. Have you seen this, Rory?
I haven't, but I feel like I want to, because that seemed like a very interesting one.
It's really good. Christian Bale plays this guy who might have autism. He's a driver. But we're watching it, and in about like 40 minutes into the movie, my wife and I look at each other with our mouths agape, and we're both like, this guy is just like me. He's just like me, right? He's interacting with people exactly like I do. At one point, he's driven around in the car for a while. And he comes out and he says, here's the problem. Too much airflow. This is too cool. This is running too hot. This is bumping over here. And they're like, yeah, and what do you think? He's like, and he gets back in the car and he takes off and starts driving it again. And it was like right around that moment. And then from that point on, it was again and again. And I actually, when I was younger, I think if I had an opportunity to be a race car driver, I think I totally would have done it. Because,
cool.
I'm totally into, that high speed on the edge. That's when I start to calm down. As things get insane and crazy and chaotic, that's when I'm like, oh yeah, this is where I want it to be, right? Fair and Wind is now following. Thanks for that follow. Lily Hazel's out there. Hello, Lily. Welcome. So welcome into the stream. Yeah, so Ford versus Ferrari, watch it and see if you don't agree, Rory. It's the way he drives is just like the way I delete files, right? On the edge. You've
got test pilot mentality.
Yeah, okay, so let's run. Can we run? We're going to test this out. Yeah. Here we go, coming up. All right, so now we want to drop a couple of these out here. Just do the same test we've been doing already. Let's shrink that down so we can see that. Shrink that down as well. I'm going to make a couple changes. Bring up the property editor. Make this one collectible. Make this one hideable. So collectible, hideable, like that. Undo. And at this point, there's my undo. Let's undo. Hold on. Let's wait. Bring this up one more time. Hold on. Make it hideable. And now make this one collectible. And now undo gets rid of that. Over here, undo gets rid of that right there. Redo. Oh, did I move it? I may have bumped it a little bit when I clicked on it. So I lost my redo stack there. Let's do one more time. Undo. Let's click that, 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 click that. Type in Fred, hit enter, change it to Mark, like that. Now let's undo. Goes to Fred, goes to empty. All our steps are going backwards. And then now let's go forwards as well. Seem to not be going forwards anymore though. Oh, I am going forwards. It's just that it wasn't selected. Okay. So there's...
It's almost, Mark, like it was designed incredibly well up front with a fantastic architecture.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. What do I have here? Selecting stamps. Stamp from good is empty. Okay, so it looks like we can't select something there. I'm not sure why I have that there, but I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, so that is, so there we go. We have that. If I select both of these, hideable is now in that state right there. But all these are the shared attributes right there. If I change it to total, now individually clicking, it should be total, but still retains its hideable. This one retains its unchecked hideable state. See what's happening there? So it's I shift click both. If I come in, I change collectible. I'm changing just one property, but the hideable differences are still staying the same between the two. And now if I come in and I check this and I check it one more time, now they'll both be checked. Right? So the answer is we haven't broken anything. Everything's still working. And we're just cleaning up code like crazy here. Yeah. Isn't
Less
awesome?
code to maintain is a good thing.
It is. It's awesome, isn't it? Okay, so now we're at here. Now I think we can go one more here. And this is where things get a little bit crazy.
Yeah, this is the one I was... It depends how far you're planning to go.
I'm going all the way because I'm the Ford versus Ferrari. Got to watch it right here. So we're going to change int property command to change property command of t.
Yes.
We're going to pass in t to here as well. We're going to inherit from that. Isn't this like awesome? This is where C# architecture is just really kicking butt. This is going to return a t, and this is now going to be called not get int value, but it's going to be called get value. Yeah. So I'm going to rename this to get value. Oh my gosh. Is anybody nervous? This is going to be that right there. This is going to be return default, like this. Oh my gosh, this is the biggest argument for generic classes in the world. Redo value, what's going on with redo value? Where is that? Oh, this is set int value. This needs to become set value.
Here. Off screen that's behind Fred there.
Thanks for that. That needs to be set value right there. I just renamed it. Well, let's actually do this. Let's undo that a second. Hold on. Undo that, and we're going to do a full-on rename on this. Is what we're going to do. Can't rename that element. Oh, probably because of this. That's okay. We're going to come in here, change this to a T. Now I should be able to rename it. Oh yeah, this is sweet. Sweet as insert expletive here. This family show. I can't say it, but yeah. Also on this generic, do you want anywhere filters? I don't think so. because it can be an int, a string. It can be all over the place here on this, I think. At this point, I'm not skilled enough to know the answer is yes or no to that. And did I get everything? I feel like I may have gotten everything in this.
So that command is now done. However, we still have to reflect and find and create it.
Yeah, don't worry. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be the most awesome code you've ever seen in your life, Rory. And I know you've seen awesome code in your life on this show before, you know? But here we go.
It has mostly been here, in fairness.
All right, here we go. Let's do this. We need to get back to where we were. I don't remember what it was, but hopefully Code Places will be able to help me out. Where am I been in my history here? Is it here? Yeah, that looks familiar. That's where I want to be. Thanks, Code Places. So now this is going to look like this. Boom.
Well, we still have a change. Hang on, there's not the text version you want to be changing. It's the int version.
No, I'm going with them all. I'm doing this, and I'm going to do this is going to be this, like that. That's what I'm going to do. See it? See it? And then down here, I'm going to do. Hold on. Let's grab this at least. Yeah, this is where we go crazy.
Right.
It's going to be TI right here. TI means type of int, and CodeRush says, oh, okay, I gotcha. We're going to change the execute command in a second. And then we're going to have a TB here that's Boolean, and this is going to be change property command.
Okay.
See it?
So now we need a version of execute type that takes the T and combines it in such a way as can find with the express literal name our command of, I guess, T.
Yep, that's what's going to happen in there. Okay, so now we're here. We're good on namespace collision. No namespace collisions between these two. So we're good here. Let's go figure out what our... It's a different constructor piece here that's different.
Yes, our command factory presumably will have a create of T.
All right, I'm going to extract this into its own executing command method, so we can just have the same call in both places, right here. And that goes away as well. Okay, so executing command. Like that. All right. Next, we need a different constructor in the create, and I think it's just going to be like this. That's what we're going to do.
Seems pretty plausible. Yeah.
So now let's go jump into the create there, and let's duplicate this. Give it one that's generic like this, and now let's go to our handy Stack Overflow, and I think all we need to do is this and pop that into the create instance. Ooh, why is this null here? Oh, I've got a whole bunch of these. Which one am I using? I'm using the name. The second parameter is a string. Did it get it right the first time? Nope, I don't think that's it. Assembly name, type name. That's it. It's 7. Number 7 is the one we're using.
Okay. Now that's create instance. Are you saying then that make generic type is the... Well, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to come in, like, let's just paste this code in here. Is equal to t.makeGenericType. Type params. Is this going to work? Wait a minute.
Type params is the thing that's going to tell it string or whatever.
Oh, right. So I need a class type before we get there. Ugh. So I need to come in and find that class type is what I need to do.
Coding Gorilla says you need type of T to just be passed in there, perhaps.
Right here, I think, is what you're talking about. No, actually, I don't want this. I want, I think I want type of T here, in the type params here, because that's the type param. But the piece, the generic type here, I got to find this first. In other words, I got to go find the hold on. I got to go find the generic type that matches this right here. Let me rename this to generic command type. And I'm going to keep this code here. We're going to add the command suffix right here. Let's take this and move it out like that. And now we need to find the generic type that's out there is what we need to do. Give me a sec on that. Constructed type is going to come in here to create instance as the first parameter. We don't need any parameters to the constructor. So, okay, I'll just do a new pass it in an empty object array. I wonder if I could pass a null to it. Like that. Okay. All right, I think that's good. The only thing we have left to do is we have to find that type. And I forget how to do this. It's like something in application.current. What is it? Current assembly. Using system reflection. Whoops. That was weird. I'm not sure what happened there. All right, so assembly dot is there a current? I thought there was a current.
Executing assembly is
that what it is?
One of those.
Get executing assembly. We in map core? We are in map core. That's where I want to be. Okay, cool. Then I want to say get type. And I want to pass in generic command type. I think this is not going to work. I think we're going to have to make a modification to it. Specifically, I think we're going to have to do, whoops, I think we're going to have to do that at the end to find that name. That's what I think we're going to have to do. Let's set a breakpoint here. Let's build.
The only thing I'm sort of concerned about is actually, although I said get executing assembly, I wonder if that isn't just the executable rather than any of the.
Then this current map core.
Maybe not. It's. I'd be interested to see whether it can be found. And actually, it's been suggested that you may also have derived types as well, unless you're only planning to call ones which you leave in map core. I guess that's reasonable enough.
No, I only want one derived type. The one derived type I think is here. It's called change property command. This is the derived type, and so
that's not going to exist anywhere other than in map core.
Yes, it's only in map core, and there's nothing that descends from this. That's what I'm looking for. So this is the part I think we're going to have some to massage.
That's a good point. A suggestion by Coding Gorilla: the safest way to do this is type of stamp command base dot assembly find types. So maybe, I don't know if that's exactly right, but you can use a known type that you can reach and ask for the assembly it is in.
Oh, sweet. Let's do that. We'll do that when we get to the edit point. We'll do that because we can just use the class we're in. and do that as well. Okay, so here we are bringing this up. I'm surprised I haven't heard anything yet. I guess it's an on change event. There it is. Okay, so now we're trying to create the change property command. So let's do this. Get assembly. So it's like it's going to be.
So I think what I'm not sure that Coding Gorilla is entirely correct. I'd be going type of change command of T dot get assembly, is it? Or assembly find types. Mind you, that's find types. You don't need find types. You just need the assembly.
Right there. I think that's the
around in
code.
circles here. That could be it. Yeah.
Looks like it doesn't like us making changes inside here because it's generic. So we might have to do this in a couple runs here to make this work, to see what data we're playing with and what works. So I think there's a shot this works. Right here. All right, here we are. Drop it, make a change, and we're here. So we're trying to get the change property command and create an instance of it. The generic type is this. Let's see. Are we going to get it? Anything? No. And that's not it. Let's do this.
Can we do a get types?
I'm doing it now. I'm on it, Rory. I'm on it.
Coding Gorilla says, yeah, I couldn't remember the name of the actual command, but that's what I was aiming for. For my part, I will say that I would not have remembered any of this had I not been prompted by you, Coding Gorilla, so thank you very much indeed.
Right, so
Whatever little
get
correctness I've contributed was definitely backed from that.
Only 79 types in this.
Well.
Okay, here we go. But it's called, what is it called? What are we bringing in to get here? Change property. Okay, let's go back to our watch. They're in alphabetical order. Change property command. Wow.
It does appear to be exactly what you said.
Why didn't that work? Like, I was like brilliant. It should have worked.
Okay, let's look at the line again then, because we know we've got the value, right? Change property command, we are suffixing the tick 1. We are attempting to get that type from the same assembly.
Wait, do we need a map core at the beginning of it? Like a map core like this?
Possibly.
And
give it a go. That would be its full name, I guess.
Yeah, hold on. Let's take this. Edit and continue says, no, don't do that to me. But I'm going to come in and still, without stopping, I'm going to come down here and play because at least I've got data. Oh, come on.
Edit and continue says no.
I'm going to get you. This music is perfect. It's the battle between Mark and edit and continue. All right, so let me undo this because, we're going to be... Wait, is that where we were?
Right, because we can just undo the code that it objects to.
There we go. That's where I think we were.
Everything will be fine again.
Yeah.
And now we can...
Now we're going in here and...
There we go. That seems to have got something.
That did it. It was missing the map core. All right, good. So now I'm going to redo it back out, and I think we can come in here and do a name of on map core here. Name of map core. Is that going to work?
Like that. Yeah.
Plus that.
Yeah, plus, but that's good.
And in fact, we can even take this and string interpolation with Code Rush. Perfect. And look at that music. It's so tense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're kicking some serious butt, Rory. All right, watch this. I think this is going to work.
Victory is en route, my friend.
Boom! This is going to work. Yeah, this is... Yeah, if you want to learn about generics, this is a great little bit that we've been playing with here. Generic types. Holy cow, is this good. Good demo of the technology in terms of... Because we were deleting about 9 classes, I think, in total. 6 or 9 classes, somewhere in that range. Okay, so click here. Let's see what happens. Did I need it? Did I forget? And maybe was there something else I had to do? Make generic type. Here's the command. Are we going to get it? Look at that. Look at that. Even right
now. The only thing is, have we indicated in any way what T is?
Yeah, look
it is. There's
it's right there. Look at that. It's nailed it. It nailed it, Rory.
Done and done.
Look at that. All right, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll show you where we got it. We got it in execute command of T right here. See, we're calling
the
it
string came in, passed through T and then T again.
Yeah. So this is how we're setting it up. In fact, you could even create one more, right? We could take this and extract it into its own method where we just specify the T once, right? And it's like, because it's essentially the same line of code. Well, these are a little bit different here. Some of the pieces, the name, these two would be parameters we go in, but it's like, in fact, holy cow, let's just do that. Before even testing to see if that works or not, I'm gonna now create a new thing called change property. So let's do this. We'll just do an extract method here. Extract the method out, call it change property. Look at this code sweetly clean up. Now, I don't want to pass in text editor. I want to get the name and the values. So I'm going to use a cool CodeRush refactoring called decompose parameter right there. And what it does is it takes that parameter that's a class and breaks it into its pieces, right? Just like that. That's it. Updates everything. It's like so sweet. All right. So now I've got passing in my property name and my value. I don't need to actually have the word command at the end because we'll add that automatically. And now I just want to change this to a T and this one over here to a T, like this. Oh, and I think I can do this. Look at this. New CodeRush refactoring, kids. We're going to try.
Really? I was about to say, we really should have a refactoring to pull generics up. Or
you and I specified this. Uh-oh, is it not available?
Is it up?
It is not available. And we had some issues.
Scroll down just a little bit, Mark. We can't quite see it.
Sorry. Yeah, no, we had some issues. Dang it. All right. We had issues on this. We are going to, I'm gonna mark this issue. We had issues with types that were low-level types like string. Because the problem is with string is it's all over the place, and do I, where am I actually changing it? Am I going to change it to the T here and the T here as well? See what I'm saying? So,
I see.
So if I change this to like my string 1 and this to string 1, and I declared like an internal class here, called it string 1 like this, right?
Yep.
Now I think it'll be available. Let's see. Promote to generic parameter.
Wow, there you go.
That's it. So I'm not sure if I want to report this or not as an issue, because it's challenging, really challenging to solve this from a UI perspective. Which ones do you want to change and which ones do you not? Because the primitive types are so common. I'm going to maybe just do that. That's the refactoring, anyway, like that.
But that is the effect we were ultimately after. That's our...
Now, I do want to change this to T right here, I think. That becomes a T. So it is that one I want to change. I'm going to think about this before I do anything on this. So
I can almost see you putting the system into a state where you can sort of cycle through the options and go yes, no on each one.
Yeah. Notice,
so it picks all the strings, but because, as you say, there are so many that maybe don't qualify.
Yeah. Notice it changed the calling code as first as well, and so I'm just cleaning that up a bit. Is that going to work? Yeah, the value's working. All right, sweet. So there's that. Change property as string. That means I can now, let me move this above these, so I've got these events kind of similar to each other, similarly in proximity.
So I think there may be a small amount of attempting to get your attention from the chat room there, Mark, but unfortunately, since our fanfares and many other things are broken, somebody's talking about a peacock of some kind.
Look out!
In the house.
Whoa, sex positive. You got a little bit of me there. Fred was hiding.
Fred sticks a shield in the way.
Fred, come back up, buddy, and don't be invisible, please. Thank you. Fred's
clever. He knows that even if he's invisible.
Fred, buddy.
Even if he's invisible, he still, wants to protect his clothing from, blood that might be coming his way.
You okay, Fred? Okay, don't do that again. All right? All right, good. Six Positive is out there with us. My peacock. I won't be ignored. Practically perfect in every way. She's great. How you doing, Six Positive? Yeah, we lost my... Oh, she's been out there for a while. Sad. Six Positive. Didn't see you Yeah, we lost our fanfare connection, and I haven't restarted everything yet because I just want to keep things going. We're having fun. PCL says Peacock eye lasers make more sense than you would think. Very intuitive. Hey, you want to say hi to everybody? Come on over and say hi.
Hello.
Karen says hi. Hello. Hey. Come on. You're shaking my desk, girl. Oh, it's Fred coming in and out. Let's do. Hold on. What did I want to do? I don't know. I wanted to do something. I don't remember what I want to do. Here, I'll do a Check the Wild Magic, Roy. Let's see how that goes right there. No ones yet. I have talked about. We're really close. We're close. I think we're like just a couple weeks. I think we want 1 or 2 more practice episodes, and then we're going to say go.
So I believe that the show is going to be good. So I have a friend visiting, and from the outside of our door, they thought the show sounded very funny.
Yeah, that's good.
It at least sounds spirited.
Surly Deb's asking, can we make sex positive appear like that, like Fred materializing in? And the answer is yes, we can do that. We can do anything.
I can do all the things Fred can do.
Except without Mark knowing or controlling it. Yeah, we can probably set that up too.
Oh, so
yeah.
You
just sit over there, you hit a button, and then it's like you're in. Yeah, we can do it. We've got technology to do that. And I'm like, what the? Taking over my show again. Are you getting ready to go somewhere?
Should I go ziplining?
If you want. How are you doing with fasting so far?
I'm fasting.
Yeah. So, Surly Deb, Karen and I are both fasting today.
We are.
We're like, hey, do you want to fast? She's like,
Mark
yeah.
said so this morning. He's like, have you eaten breakfast? I'm like, no.
You want to fast?
I can't fast today. That's not happening.
Rory says, I can't fast today. That is not happening. Bald bearded builder is in here, kids. Also known as Michael Jolly. There he is. Oh, look out, Karen. Look out. Oh, I can see his
Michael Jolly.
I can see his back
He's in
from
the
here. I just want to see that. Look out, Michael. Whoa. Karen, you got out just in time.
Oh, good. Good thing. Bye.
Bye, everybody. All right. So you're going to go.
I'm going to go bring my friends ziplining and then go teach music.
Nice. Okay. Well, you got a rough life. All right. Bye, kids. We got some friends visiting us. Kids, if you want to come visit Costa Rica, come on by. You can hang out in our house. I wanted to go longer, but needed to eat some antibiotics. Oh, yeah, and you need food to do that, don't you? Oh, we have a kid coming in. Here's one of our guests visiting us at the Hotel Manzacati Miller.
Hello.
Hi, Mabel.
Hello, they're saying hello to you.
So, look, everyone's saying hi to you, Mabel. You're practically famous.
Practically famous, Mabel. All right. We may have more kids come in to visit. Good.
I'm going to join Surly Deb. I have to go because I have to go not fast because today in the UK at least is Pancake Day.
What?
And
Rory, I'm fasting, buddy.
yeah, sorry.
How could you say that to me? Have fun, okay? Tell your family I said hi and thanks as always. By the way, I'm doing a 4th show on Fridays. So if you ever want to show up, you know, if your family ever goes on a vacation without you, you can show up.
It's not impossible.
Bald bearded builder. All right, buddy, we'll see you later. Thanks so much.
See you later, man.
All right.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bald bearded builder's asking, is that Fred's kid? No, not Fred's kid. Fasting on Fat Tuesday is poor planning. Oh, now I weigh less now, too, than I did in 98. Surly Deb's going back in time. You weren't a baby in 1998, were you, Surly Deb? Paleo pancakes from Mark. I have my own special custom homemade keto pancake / waffle mix. And I'm primarily only use it for waffles because it's so much faster to make them with a waffle iron. Yeah, so I'll probably use that to break my fast. I'm not sure when I'll do that though. By the way, kids, over the weekend, I simplified my sound setup. I realized I could cut some of these out because one of the problems I was having is these sound cards were not getting recognized sometimes on some boots when I'd boot up. And so I managed to get some of these out and take them out of the system. And I feel better about that. I feel cleaner, less dirty. Okay, we are without Rory, kids. It's shaky ground. Are we going to make it? Who knows? Let's see if we can do this. We've got these things. They look like they are working here. We're creating these pieces. Oh, I just wanted to come in here, change this like that. This is going to be now an int coming in like that. And that's going to go change to from text editor to enum editor. Like that. And then we're going to come in here. Wait, what's this? Enum editor value is an int. It's nullable. I need to say value.value. Okay, good. Give him 5 years and he'll be livid dev. Okay. 1998, he was cautiously optimistic dev. I think you're right, bald bearded builder. Bald bearded builder has a strong sense of timing, a better sense of timing on you. What's going on with this? I can really simplify this? That I don't get. Come on. Really? That's super cool. Because the T is here, I didn't know that. Look at this. C# is like kicking serious butt. Look at that, kids. Oh my gosh, is this amazing. Look at how good this code is just shrinking, just getting so much better. That's amazing to me. Look at you. I think it's here, maybe? What do we got in Boolean editor? What's my Boolean property? It's got a property type. Boolean editor dot is checked is true is the value we're passing in. Where's my is checked coming from? Oh, it's coming from my button base. I see. I got it. Okay. All right. Property name. All right. Cool. So that code is now cleaning up. That means now this, we're going to rename this cloud match type. I'm just going to clean this up a bit. I don't like the generic symbol at the end there. My file names. And now I have a change Boolean property command which should be used nowhere. Let's delete it. I have a change text property command which we started today. We wrote this. Should be used nowhere. Let's delete it. Everybody nervous? It's no undo on this, kids. It's a permanent delete. All right, I haven't even checked in code. All right, let's try running. This is super cool. I still have demotivated dev. You better see if that Twitter handle's ready, Codebase Alpha. You better go get that. Everybody's racing right now to beat you. Livid dev. Okay. So let's drop some of these out. Shrink them down. Start making some changes. Make sure everything's still working. So we're going to say we want it to be collectible. I'm going to bet this is all going to work. Collectible is going to give us, we want to see, when we get down to here, we want to see, yep, that's what we want to see right there. That's Coderush's debug visualizer, showing us the values on each line as we animate, as we step through the code. So there's that. Come over here, make this hideable. The values are the same. They're both the same, and they're storing their values. Also means if I save now, let's make this a little bit more interesting. Let's change the background. Let's give it a lava background. And let's make this one up here, give it a that. And now we're going to come out, we're going to save this, and we're going to call this property test. Like that. So there's a property test. When we open it up, well, let's give this a name too while we're at it. Square. And give this a name, call it plus. And let's say that the square offers like 1/2 cover. And let's put the plus high at high altitude, like that. Let's save one more time. Let's close it and run it and verify that our properties are being saved. Okay. Here's the start. Let's hit Control O for open. Property test, open it up. Click on it, zoom in, check the properties. Look at that, square, collectible, half cover, mid, plus, hideable, high, covers none. So sweet. We can select both of these now. We can group them. Check this out. Oh, what happened? Hold on, undo. So there's a problem here, I think. Or maybe not. I'm not entirely sure what's happened here. If I move it, it wasn't that I moved it. I think I moved it and held the control key down and created a new instance of it. I think that's what I did. And the new instance cleared, did it clear all the values? Okay, I think I know why. Because when we clone, we're not cloning these properties over. We need to do that. Let's go find where that clone is right here. I should get lividdev.net too. Just early today. Something here says, suggestion for Code Rush. Can you do a streaming mode where the visualizer requires a click to show values so secrets don't get revealed in meeting or stream? Well, Simon, we kind of got this. Yeah, I had the same problem on this stream where a secret was revealed as I stepped into it, and it was like one of those, I hit F10, and as I hit it, I realized, oops, and I realized everything that was going to happen. You can do this, right? You can come up here and, let me just zoom in on this so you can see it. This button right here, you can turn that off as you get in if you're stepping into code that you know is going to have a trouble in it. That, I think, is your fix. There might be a way, it would be really cool, is a way to say, you know what, when this file is open or I'm in this method, you shut off. You know, in other words, an option for the debug visualizer to turn off if you get into that place. That's what I think. Also, would a lock for edit move tool be helpful in your map editor? Woo! Yes! I like that. Lock position. We could do that right now. All right, let's do two things. Let's take care of the clone. Somewhere in here, I think I got a function called clone. Is that right? Clone. Stamp gets cloned. This is, I think, the deal that I think clone is called when I control the, yeah, because that comes from copy. Pretty sure. This is where we need to put the additional pieces from stamp over. That's what we need to do. Sounds like I got a dog in the room. I don't see it. I think I might have a dog in the room now. So what I think I want, let's go see what happens. Let's drag and hold the control key down. Yeah, I'm here. So now what I think I want to do is I want to say stamp descends from base stamp descends from base stamp properties. Base stamp properties, I want to add a clone function in here. Is what I want to do. Wow, a lot of these properties are already in base stamp's clone. Not base stamp, stamp's clone. Where were we? Here we are. All of these are declared way up in the ancestor class. They're overridden in base stamp. But yeah, I want to do a result.clone from stamp, like that. And maybe just like that. And let's do that. Let's go. What do you want to make a clone from, just so we don't have this collision right here. And let's go into base stamp properties. We can clone from. Make it public. Maybe mark methods with a secret attribute that CodeRush recognizes. Yeah. What attribute your code base uses in the options? Do not hide all visualizer for anything marked as that attribute. I love this suggestion, Simon. I love it. Yeah, I just want to make sure it doesn't impact performance. That's kind of what I'm looking for there. I want to make sure that. So wait, I just want to call this. This is going to be a void. This is not going to do any creation, and it's going to see. We're going to change result to this. So we can just do that right there, like that. What did I delete? Okay, hold on. We deleted the constructor. Okay, this is a void, and this is going to be stamp, base stamp properties. No form there. Put that in secure string. Then, if you want to hide it, I never use secure string, but that's because I use practice open road development. There are no secrets between us. Open road development, coding drill, it says. Secure string, I haven't heard about this. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, but what happens if you hover over it? Secure string shouldn't be used. Why shouldn't it be used? I bet because it's now easily searchable. Okay. On the subject of Dev Express, by the way, can I ask you to pass on a big thanks to whoever decided to make the Blazor Suite free in preview. The ability to get code base working before committing to buying anything is great. There's never enough time in a trial normally. Oops, hold on one second. Yeah? Are you okay, baby? You okay? I will tell him. Hold on a second. Kids, give me a second. I will, I'm going to go send a message and watch this one. kids. There you go, right there. Yes, I'm going to pass that on. I've got your text right there. Normally, not enough time in a trial to go from a proof of concept to complex projects. So definitely going to pass that on and let people know. Okay. Let's see. All right, so yeah, I think this idea though is good. Though this idea of giving it an attribute, specifying the attribute name, and then I think for performance reasons, we would just if the attribute's specified, then we'll check everything before we show it. Something like that, I think. Yeah. All right. Pudding asks, is that an ad? Yes, Pudding is an ad. Hey, I didn't want you staring at an empty screen while I was gone, so I played that. All right, let's see. It was, we're back over here. Clone from. I think I want to send more properties over, like my Z order as well. I'm not intentionally grabbing those here. Oh, because I'm creating them here and here. So file name and the X and Y. Yeah, I don't think it's going to hurt to send them over anyway. Like that. Y is equal to that. Let's start grabbing some of these other properties right here. Like this. Actually, a better way to do this, here, let me show you a better way to do this. Watch. Drop a marker here, come up here, copy that to the clipboard, and Alt-Shift-Home will swap my location with the marker. Come here, hit Shift-Enter, paste, like that. Alt-Shift-Home, come down one line, Control-C to copy, or Control-Insert to copy. Alt-Shift-Home to come back, Shift-Enter, paste. Right? Alt-Shift-Home, come down, copy, Alt-Shift-Home, duplicate line, paste, like this. Right? Just working down, duplicate line, all the way through here. Down you get to cover, like this, Alt-Shift-Home, duplicate line, Alt-Shift-Home, now on altitude, Alt-Shift-Home, not too hard to get these, and then finally I think, oh no, weight and then value, we've got gold pieces coming up here, like that, Alt-Shift-Home, come down here, copy that, Alt-Shift-Home, so it's just, Alt-Shift-Home takes you from where you are to the marker you last dropped. So if I drop a marker here, and I come down here and I hit Alt-Shift-Home, we're just going back and forth between these two locations. Each one I move down a little bit as I kind of go down and work my way down the file like this. I'm just kind of going down the file, moving a little bit each time, one line or whatever it is, back and forth. It's a nice way to go back and forth like that. So now I've moved all those. Is there anything else? Let's see, what do we got? Rotation, we're doing those. We're getting all of these. Hue, shift, lightness, saturation, contrast, scale are all there. Height and width. We're not sending those over. I'm going to do them. I'm going to add them. And then width. Like that. Laser bits are looking good, says Simon. Fred would have done a stand-up routine. Okay. So let's see, we've got height and width, Z order. Why not? I'll throw Z order in there as well. We're going to change it later. And it's visible. Do I want the visible and the type name? I think I do. Oh, the visible is here. Do I have type name in here? Doesn't look like I have type name. I think I want to send that in, do that as well. Okay. So there's type name, and I have my visible. I feel like that's it for my clone. So if I add a new property, you know, I like to do this, put a little to-do up here. New properties. Make sure. New properties are dealt with in the clone method. Makes sense to do that? Yeah. Let's do that. Nice and obvious. Okay. So now there's our clone. I think we can step through it. So we're going to set those. We're going to go in here. Clone from. Oh, interesting. I couldn't step into it. I think because it's in another. Yeah, it's in another namespace, and I just used edit and continue. Sometimes edit and continue does not like that. So if I control drag this, is it going to step in it? Yeah, it just died. All right, let's try again. I'm going to start again. I think it'll work now this time. I just think edit and continue didn't like the making a change. Adding a new method. It doesn't like adding a method down in the down in other assemblies. It doesn't like that. Let's see what happens this time. Let's do Control O to open up our property test. You should really see those values where they were. Yep, square and plus. Cool. Let's select them both. Now I'm going to control drag them, and nice. I think it's worked. Right, I've got, these are showing up here. If I select one individually, yep, that's still the square. And this one is still the plus, and it's hideable. Okay? Looks good. All right, let's implement locked, meaning I can't drag it anymore. Like sometimes when I click it, it's as if I click it, the mouse is still moving a little bit. I don't know if I'm really, if it's working on these, but sometimes I've seen it move a little bit. It's just the smallest little move, like that kind of thing. And so I want to make sure that that doesn't happen. So let's add a lockable. And if I lock, what will we lock? We'll lock the moving. Would we lock everything else? Maybe we would. All right, so let's do it. Basestamp properties, come in here. Let's duplicate this. No, wait, this one. We call this locked. Like that. Do that. So now we can theoretically clone a locked one, but if it's locked, we won't be able to move it. So now we have that. Next, we need to go look at our change values. Really, it's in it's going to be in if I have something locked and I group it inside a new group, like, could I do that? I guess I have to decide what locked means. Does locked mean I can't accidentally drag it? I think that's really what it means. I think it's just going to be the dragging is what I think it's going to be. So I won't be able to drag it or move it. See if we can refresh our memory. Where are we moving things around? Well, let's look for the copy command. Here, stop dragging stamps. And we have copy selected stamps and we have move selected stamps. Oh, no moving, no resizing. Okay, yeah, but what about the property changes? Could I group lock stamps together? I think I could. That's kind of what I think. So moving and copying doesn't work, is basically what's going to happen. So let's go look at these. It says execute command, move data. So we're looking for the move command, which is here. And I think we're calling stamp.move. Ooh, sweet. We could do it right in here. If locked, then we're out on the move. We can do the same thing on the rotation? I think so. It's going to be if stamp.lock. My stamp properties needs a lock. Okay, rotate left, rotate right. Is this overkill? I wonder. I'm not sure yet. Swap height and width. This is only called internally. Yikes. No, I have to. No. That's what I want. There. So I think, does that mean if it's locked, I can't group a locked stamp? Can I, or can I? If I group it, it becomes unlocked, or I just don't care about it? Because removing, if I lock it, group it, and then ungroup it, I have to remove it. I have to move it back again relative to the canvas. If I lock it, can I ungroup? Adjust scale. If locked, then get out of there. So absolute scale. If locked, we're going to get out of there. Okay. So ungroup. If I'm locked, maybe no ungrouping. I'm going to say that's the case. Okay. Saturation. So we can't set saturation, can't set rotation, can't set lightness. Can't change the hue. Can't flip vertically. Can't flip horizontally. File name. Don't have to worry about that. Contrast. Can't do that. Okay, that's stamp group. Move. Let's go back to move and look at the other implementation of it, because that was our stamp group. There's also a stamp implementation of it here. So now we're in base stamp. So if locked, adjust scale. If locked, we're out of there. Set absolute scale. We're out if we're locked. Rotate left if we're locked. All right, we don't need that. We can put it here. If locked. If locked. Reset Z order. Z order. I think Z order can change if we're locked. Swap X and Y. That should be okay. All right. Locked. Return. Locked. The lightness. Saturation. Hue shift. Scale. Rotation. With vertically. Do you have any problems with serialization? If you serialize the lock status and it's the first thing we read in, then we won't. Will we deserialize the others, and no, will they be okay? need to check that. Okay, I think those are the changes we need for lock. That now means, let's run it and see what we got. Silly Deb subscribed. Thanks, Silly Deb, for your subscription. No, Sir Simon, I'm totally agreeing with you. Original ideas from how I was saying accidentally moving things was annoying because it broke undo. Yeah, or broke redo rather, is what it was doing. All right, so let's open this up. I'm gonna put property test and locked. And now can I drag it? Now I can't drag it. It's totally in place. This one I can drag and move around because it's not locked. Pop it in here, lock it. And now I should not be able to click or drag any of these, including like flipping and rotating doesn't really make sense on that. So let's move that out here. Drop it down, size. Similarly, I shouldn't be able to resize this. Yeah, cool. So I think it feels like the locking is working. The Z order changes, I think I can still do though. Yeah, I can still, even though it's locked in screen, I can Z order it up and down, which I'm okay with. I think I'm okay with that. All right, so now we got locked in there, which I think is kind of useful. I kind of want it to be at the top, and when I check it, I kind of want everything else to dim out. That would be nice. Not really sure how to handle that yet, though. I think we got a show, kids. We've done a lot of great work. What have I not done? I haven't done numbers yet. I think I'm going to save numbers for tomorrow. That'll probably be the last thing we do, but it shouldn't be too hard to do. We're going to need a numeric up down probably, or maybe just something that can handle a text box that can handle numbers. And for our remaining two properties, yeah, I think that'll be cool. Undo. Yeah, I think it'll be cool. We are definitely getting to a cool place with this in terms of what we're able to do here. Unlock it. Now I can move it. What happens if it's locked and I grab two and I try to drag them? I think they're gonna, or I guess I just dragged that one. I think I created a second one, but it's now locked. If I unlock this, yeah, I put the second one on top of the first one. The copy, I think, should allow with the move. Let's go look at that. Copy selected stamps. Yeah, I'd have to temporarily unlock them and then relock them again. And I'm not really sure. I want to think about this before I implement it. Any idea when we might be expect seeing Dragon Hunter streams? Yeah, Hugo, soon. Like, I know I've been saying that, but we lost our Dungeon Master, got a new one, and we tried him out on Sunday, and he worked out pretty well. He's great at character voices, so it was really funny. I think we need about 2 more shows to practice before we go live. So it's 2 more Sundays. The 3rd Sunday from now is when we would expect to go live. That's providing nothing else goes wrong between now and then. Let me get you a date on that. So there's practice 1 and second practice is on the 8th. That means the 15th of March is we're looking at our first live stream. That's what I think. Maybe a visual indicator for lock on the buttons radio without opening the full edit box. Yeah, no, I also agree with that, Simon. I'm just not sure how to do it. And the reason why is because over here in Basecamp Properties, this thing is just a normal Boolean property. It doesn't have anything that's really special about it. How do I tell the editors and everything that this guy determines my enabled state or not? And I either have to explicitly know about those things, which I think I'm likely to do in that code, or I need an attribute here that says this is the guy that I want to check. But yeah, I think you're right. Having some indication that it's locked, a visual indication makes a lot of sense. That's what we do in a pro app. So yeah, yeah. No, I agree with you, Simon. Not exactly sure on that yet, but I think yeah, attribute on the property. That's what I was thinking too. Still not sure. Not sure about it yet. I want to give it some thought between now and tomorrow. All right, let's see who else is streaming out there. I better make it implement an interface. Yeah, I'm not sure. I need to think about it. Let's go see who we can raid. Who's out there? All right. Looks like Lana Lutz is going to be the lucky recipient of all of you kids. Thanks so much for joining us today. Thanks to Rory again. Thanks Simon. Thanks Hugo. Surly Dev. Groversaurus. Coding Gorilla. All of you kids that made the show so much better. Appreciate you guys being here. Let's go send you to Lana.